Okay, I am making this video because recently I had troubles with my Solar Eclipse 2.0 Race Edition. I had no throttle response. That is the new one. Here is the old one. Now, with no throttle response on these things, one thing you always want to check first are the brake sensors, which are right there. That button. That is the sensor for your brake. If any damage happens to that whatsoever, you will have no throttle response. And you have one on each side. Also, beyond your brake sensors, there is also a real pain in the ass called a kickstand sensor. It's really useless and pointless. No, it has its uses, but if that is not coming into contact there at the bottom, you will have no throttle response. So I had checked both of those and then began to dive into checking every single wire on this thing. Where does it go? What does it connect to? You see all these are loose now. They all go into this headlight. Same with that side. All into that headlight and come out in this one big cord. Goes down the body to the controller, which is right under here, as you can see. And I checked every single wire and I couldn't find anything wrong. So what ended up being the problem is on the original throttle, when this was whole, like this, that black part was all the way up to the top part right there. What had happened is there was a slight pinch right there, right where it begins. Just a slight pinch that you could see on the black part. I decided to open it up and all the wires were severed, but somehow the black piece remained intact. So as you can see, I redid it, and by the time I had gotten that threaded right and hooked up and bought from Amazon, I bought these from Amazon. By the time I had done all that and hooked this up and got it going, I'd already purchased the new one and had it hooked up, which is doing great. It was, I believe, listed as a Sur-on throttle, but the difference between these throttles is the original one has a spring. There's a spring that makes it function. That's it. On this new one, it uses bearings. The throttle response is much more, you don't have to really twist it. You just barely have to give it any. And I like that. And it seems to have made the throttle response, and it's a little quicker. And I was recently in a wreck. Fractured the forearm and had titanium plates and screws put in. And you can see the result. My front end's pushed in.